Hello again. I'm going to show another video about StarCraft. This time I'll show you versus mode, which the mode allows you to play either against AI, 1 versus 1, 2 versus 1, 3 versus 1, depends what you're going to choose. I'm just going to concentrate on 1 versus 1. It's a little bit different mode in the campaign. You have to evolve your base pretty quick so you don't get destroyed. Right, let's start the game. I'm gonna choose the Terran race. The race of the enemy is gonna be random. Right, so in this game it's all about speed. At this point I'm playing on easy mode, so it shouldn't be too bad. Just to show you, straight away I'm going to build all my Vespian geysers to make sure my gas supply is coming in all the time. I'm going to build a couple new SCVs to start with. And as soon as possible I'm going to start building depots, because without depots we won't be able to build any soldiers. Now as soon as I have a depot built, my next option is going to be to build barracks. But to build barracks you have to build engineering bay first. In this sort of mode, the more SCVs you have the better, the more depots you have the better, because as soon as they start attacking you, you want to have an army built to defend yourself. Right, we have the engineering bay built now, so now we're going to be able to build barracks. At the same time, in engineering bay you can start your upgrades. So we'll upgrade the guns first, and then we'll upgrade the armor of the infantry. Now I'm gonna need a few more SCVs. Most SCVs gonna be busy building, some SCVs gonna be busy collecting resources. Now once the barracks are built, I'm choosing to build tech lab with it, upgrade it, so I have different units available. At the same time I'm going to build another barracks just to make sure I have enough, and I'm going to use this one to build the reactor that's going to be allowing me to produce 2 units at the same time. Now as you can see, I'm capable of building Marauder now at the minute, which is a much more effective unit than just the normal Marines. I'm going to build myself a tower here, so it will allow me to sort of spot the enemy much further from my base. Normally I would build some bunkers, but on easy level it's not necessary. Now let's build the reactor. My next building is going to be a factory which allows you to build machines. This type of gameplay depends on the difficulty. It can be either very quick or it could take a long time. but I prefer this sort of mode. It's actually quite quite good to learn in and out of the game, especially if you want to train different races, because every race has a different abilities, different armies, and building the base works completely different on some of them. Now I've got another SCV available. I'm going to create more depots. Now we're going to do the same thing, build a tech lab so we can build better units. I'm not going to bother with building any buildings for aerial machinery, because it's not needed at this moment. Mind you, I might just build one just to show you how it is done. Let's have a look. Well, this is the Starship depot. Now, let's build some siege tanks. They come very handy when you're attacking any base. And let's build some marines, because I haven't had any yet. I've been concentrating on a bit harder army. But at this point I don't want to be surprised by the enemy, so I have to build some army to protect my base. Now this is the Starship port. You can build all the flying machinery, Medivac, Liberators, Vikings, which is basics. I'm going to build a tech lab. It will allow you to build more specific and more powerful planes. There it is, one of the tanks. You can put it on the side, and they have an option of siege mode. In this mode they cannot move, they only shoot from far, as you just saw. The more the better. There's another one done already. Now let's build some normal marines. Strength in numbers. I put all the tanks in the siege mode. Allows you for a much better defense. Now he's asking me for more depots. I can't build any more soldiers. Now what we want to do is build Armory. Armory will allow us to upgrade the armor of the vehicles and the guns at the same time, the more power. And also will allow me to build more complicated machinery. You cannot build some of the units without having Armory first. The same goes for Starship, Starport. Certain ships cannot be built until you have certain buildings built. For example, to create a battle cruiser, you would have to build first a fusion core. Now let's upgrade some weapons in the Armory. These upgrades will make sure that when you fight you have much more firepower and much better armor, so it's harder to kill. Next we'll upgrade armory and guns of the tanks and machinery from factory. Let's build more supply depots. This gameplay is much faster than any other gameplay. You have to be pretty quick. Now, there we go. We just unlocked another couple of units, which I'm gonna get a couple of those. Unfortunately, I need more supply units, because the more complicated units, the better the unit, the more depots you need. Once I get the all the units at the moment that I'm producing, I will attempt to attack their base. At this stage, at this level, they shouldn't be too difficult to defeat them. So the sooner I attack them, the less time they're gonna have to develop their base. There we go, one of those machines is here now. It's quite powerful. It's also effective against flying units. Now some of the upgrades has been completed. I'm just going to do another upgrade in the armory to make sure my machines are strong enough. And I think that will do for now. Usually when you play this sort of, when you play the mode 1v1, bases are always on the opposite corners, so you don't have to look for it. You sort of know where they're going to come and where they're going to be. There we go. They sent some units to see what I've built so far. I'm playing against protos race, which I personally think is much harder than Zerg. Any war machines can be fixed by SCVs, and any other units can be healed by either Medivac or Marine Medic. Now the base should be somewhere here. There we go, some of the units are already there. As you can see, they're running away. They already built another base. I'll try to make this quick and easy, so this video doesn't take too long. Now I'm going to put my tanks in the siege mode, and they're going to be much more effective once they're in siege mode, especially against the buildings. Just to remind you, it's not always this easy. The computer will define, after a few battles that you've done in this mode, the computer will define your level of skill. And the next time you play, it will increase or decrease. And this is pretty much it. all the enemy buildings. When the enemy buildings and then the units are destroyed, it's pretty much the end of the game. But I think someone just ran away. Oh no, they didn't. Well, that's how the 1v1 looks like against AI. Of course, when you play against another person online, it might be much harder. As you can see, it gives you experience points, and you can do upgrades. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun, and I encourage you to play it. And thank you very much for watching.